Although no one can go back and make a brand new start, anyone can start from now and make a brand new ending. And let me tell you something for the people who were laughing. I hope and pray that your children don't have a stammer or a stutter. I hope you feel good about yourselves for laughing. If I were you, I'd be totally embarrassed. My first memory of having a stammer was in a school play. It was my turn to speak, and it was a little bit like this now. Stood at the front of the stage, spotlights on me. I had learnt these lines off by heart. 2 lines, that's all. And it was my turn to speak. Mums and dads watching, my fellow pupils watching, and all the teachers watching. And I'm there. I am caught in the spotlight like a little scared rabbit. No words came out. I was 8 years old. I ran off stage a broken little boy. And that day, my life changed totally. Because that was the start of the laughs, the jives, and the bullying. Started at 8 years old. Imagine being laughed at from 8 years old. If you don't mind, please put your hands up if you think it's funny. Good. So really, nobody thinks that it's funny. Good. Good. It's not. Having to speak like that's not funny at all. High school. Imagine speaking like that at high school. How do you think that would go down? Good. Would you be brave enough to walk out of your front door and face the world every day when you've got something like that? Because I'll tell you something now, to live a life with any form of disability takes an enormous, immense amount of courage. Enormous. But yet, we laugh at people like that, don't we? Because we think it's funny. This is how I used to order my bus fare on a morning. So, straight away, as soon as my mum or dad shouted at me for school, even before I opened my eyes, I was thinking, how am I going to pay my bus fare today? Because this is how I used to have to order it. Try it. If you think you're brave, and if you want to have a laugh, next time you get on a bus, try it, and we'll see how brave you are. Because I know for a fact you won't do it. But yet some will laugh at it. My first date at school. Can you imagine who would want to go on a date with that? Well, as it happens, one of the prettiest girls in school did. I thought it was a joke. Who'd want to go out with me? Stutter boy. One lad, every break time and every lunchtime, he used to get me in a headlock, walk me around school, get that, and smack me on the head. Come on, 3 smacks! Come on, 3 smacks for Stutter boy! I was bigger than him. I was bigger than him. So what does that tell you? I went on this date, and now we're doing this all the way through. God only knows what we're going through her mind. But guess what? I got a good night kiss. And I skipped all the way on because I thought, finally, somebody has looked through the way that I speak and that they've seen me, the real me, because I'm a nice person. And I know all you are nice people also. Because we all are. Next day, I went to school, I spotted this girl, I went up to her and I'll never forget the words that she said to me. 4 words. Changed the course of my life. Are you ready? Get away, you freak. Boys, can you imagine that? How would you feel if that happened? Great or devastated? I was devastated, obviously. Absolutely devastated. When I was 24, I had a son. When I was 24, I was mixing in some very unhealthy circles. At school, I was sniffing gas, sniffing petrol, getting wasted, trying to hide from me because I didn't accept who I was. How could I accept that? Who would accept that? I've got scars all the way down my arms. Self-harming was happening when I was young. If you want to see my scars later, I'll show you. It's not a new craze. Do you know what happens when you laugh at people who can't help doing things? That's a form of bullying. Bullying. Up to being 24, I failed at everything. And then I had a son called Blaise Kieran Ronan Hammond. I can remember the words I said to him when I had him in my arms. Tears streaming down my face. I'm going to change, son. I'm going to change. Keep away from my iPhone CDs. And he did, and he listened. Could read my son a bedtime story. You might think, it's not that big. Well, it was to me, because the first time in my life I wanted to clean up my act. Left school with no qualifications, worked in factories all my life up to being 39. Hiding away from life. Who would want to employ that? Not many people. I went to the doctors. First time I went to the doctors, Doctor, can you help me please? I've got a stutter. He said to me, if you're an adult and you stutter, you can't be helped. I walked out of that room, devastated. Oh, I've had the razor blades to my wrists. I've done that. Six months went by and I went again. Doctor, please. Please, doctor, help me, doctor, please. I can't go on like this. I've got a son. I want to clean up my act. I want to get off drugs and alcohol. He said, I already told you. I know the accent's horrible, by the way. I already told you. You cannot be helped. Who am I to challenge a doctor? My thinking back then was he's a doctor. I'm just a person with a stutter who left school with no qualifications, who's worked in a factory all my life. Who am I? Who am I to challenge a doctor? So I walked out of the room again. And by this time, my son is getting old enough to understand. I couldn't keep getting away with the goo and gaga talk. I went to the doctors for the third time. Listen, please, carefully, okay? The third time I went, I'd made a decision. I'd made a decision in my mind. When you make a decision in your mind, there is nothing that can stop you. Once you've made a decision that no matter what, no matter what, I'm going to read my son a bedtime story. Or die in the process. I walked to the doctors that day, I sat down and I looked him in the eye and I stuttered out, Doctor, can you refer me please to a speech therapist? Excuse the accent again. He said, I already told you, no, you can't be helped. You cannot be helped. But I've made a decision. I looked him in the eye, a doctor who I thought, well, up here and I'm down here. And this is what I said. Well then. And when you're angry, you don't stammer. It comes out when you're angry, because you take a full breath and you are going to get them words out no matter what. I said, Doctor, if you don't refer me to a speech therapist today, then you better ring the police, because I ain't going nowhere. I'm reading my son a bedtime story. Please, you need to take this one away. Do not let anybody's opinion of you become your reality. Do not let anybody's opinion of you become your reality. Because I guarantee you now, everybody in this room, you all know that you've got something special inside you. You all know. I know that already. How? Because I do. Because I'm a human being. I've always known that I've had something special. And at some point, lovely, wonderful young people, we have to start that journey of accepting ourselves in here. Because who you really are is absolutely fantastic. And when you make a decision, and I mean make a decision, no, I mean make a decision. And no matter what obstacles come your way, you will get over, through, underneath, round the side, smash through it, no matter what stands in your way. He referred me to a speech therapist. And that was the start of the journey from then to being on this stage now. Please listen to this one as well. My stammer, my stutter, don't miss it, it's my training partner. What's your training partner? What's the thing in your life? Because it ain't your enemy. My stammer hasn't ever been my enemy. But I've had to go through the process of evolving. My stammer has pushed me and pushed me. And when everybody else is only lifting their weights 10 times, my stammer has pushed me to lift it 12 times. What's your thing? Because from today, you can start thinking about it as being your training partner. It's for you. We have to be stronger than our strongest excuse. For me, well, can't do nothing, I've got a stutter here. What can I do? Can I be in a school with no qualifications? Gosh, I'm failure. I'm taking drugs now. I'm borderline alcoholic. I want to introduce you to a speech that I've took around England, Scotland, and Wales. I love Scotland. I love the people. Okay, and excuse me from the start, I weren't being mean, I just want to prove a point. Okay? Of course, it's awkward when you watch something like that, and half the time you laugh because it's awkward and you don't know what else to do. I get it. But I just wanted to prove a point at the start. Okay? I'm not mean really. I'm your friend. It's called Riding the Rapids of Life. This is the speech. RAPID is an acronym. I've wrote 2 books. I've had a look on your website, okay? If anybody can answer me this question, and if you get them all right, I'm going to give some free books out. I don't want to put anybody on the spot because I know that that's not nice. But I might do actually. No. This school has an acronym for its values. And I love it. Because the acronym is what? Heart. I've come all the way from Yorkshire right for this. I'm going to ask you that again. This time, can it be a bit louder, please? Say it from the heart. What word is the acronym for your values? Heart. I thought Scotland was powerful than that. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. H is what? Who said that first? You? Mate, I like your style, eh? Please don't get anybody on the head. Oh yes! What does E stand for? I don't. You? Duck. Oh, I'm good at throwing them from Yorkshire. A. Wow, who said that here? That were fantastic, that were very loud and very proud. Watch the camera. Oh. Nearly. What? Respect is already there, look. Here, mate. Trust. Can you get him a book, please? And can you sit back, please? Fantastic. Wow. My acronym is RAPID. The first one is R, and it stands for responsibility. Where I was a very dark place. And I hope you never do find yourself in a dark place, but you might. You might. And I'm on this stage today saying that any dark place that you find yourself in, you can get out of it. If you want to make any changes in life, the first thing you have to do, okay, is take responsibility, is to take personal responsibility. But when you're not in a good place, it's hard. You don't want to admit. The truth hurts. The truth hurts. But if you accept it, it will set you free. And it asked me, I had to admit that I've failed at everything I've tried. That's not an easy thing to do. You've got to search. You've got to dig deep inside. But if I can do it, guess what? Anyone can do it. I'm nothing special. I'm nothing special. I just work hard. I work hard. Please, if you ever hear yourself playing the blame game, which is, gosh, if only I didn't have a stutter. It isn't my fault, it's their fault. Oh gosh, if my mum or dad had treated me better. If my uncle wanted them. At some point, we have to move on from the blame game. Number one, responsibility. So R, the A is attitude. We all have them two little voices, don't we, in our nut, in our head. The jibber-jabbering all the time. Who do you think you are? You won't ever be able to have a boyfriend like it. Oh, she's way out of my league. Oh. I'm fat, mate. I'll never achieve anything. Oh. I'm too thin. You know the voice. You know the voice I'm talking about. But guess what? If we've got that voice, we've got a different voice. And I use it every single day still. I call that voice the I am fat voice. I've got grey hair voice. I've got 3 chins voice. I'll never amount to anything voice. I'm a loser voice. That's victim, okay? Let's give them an identity. Let's expose them for who they are. That voice is victim voice. But ever guess what? You know what? I've got victor voice. I've got victor voice that says, wow, great on the salmon. Get out there. Do you know driving up with my friend Bill? I'm breaking it. I'm thinking, your stammer's going to come back in a mighty way. When you get on that stage, pal, and them kids start laughing, it's a bit awkward, you were going to just revert back to that. But do you know what? I didn't. Why? Because I used the voice of victor over that. And I say, shut your mouth. Because I am coming through, and if you think you're big enough to stop me, fair enough, I'll get through your legs. We've got to get round, through, in, over, smash through. Whatever way we can, people, we've got to smash through that victim voice. Because every single person in here is amazing. You know it yourself. Deep down, you know. You know. And yeah, I'm speaking to you. You know that you are an amazing person. And you know you're here for something. As it stands now, you might not know what, but keep going and you will. Imagine when I started to tell people, I'm going to be a motivational speaker, mate. Trust me. People did laugh at me then. But I'll tell you something. Because I listened to Victor, I'm the one who's laughing now. I get paid very well as a motivational speaker. Okay? And I've only just started, really. And I get up to £1,000 to get on a stage and set myself on fire. Wow! What a job! And hopefully to set you on fire also. Well, I'll try. P stands for potential. Do you know that you've got something inside of you that is unbreakable? Do you know? That is a question. Do you know that you've got something inside of you that is unbreakable? Yes or no? Have you heard the story about those little minute microscopic insects in Africa? They are minute. You need a microscope to see them. But the young people in Africa, they catch them and they put them in a box. Now, when these insects are free and out there, they can jump 25 feet in the air. 25 foot. Unbelievable. But when these young people have caught them and had them in the box, and they try jumping, and they bang their head on that box, have a guess how high they can jump when they've been let out of the box? Guess. Higher? Lower? No. They can jump because they've been conditioned by every time they've jumped and it hurts, they can only jump as high as the box. Be very, 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 very careful of who you allow and what you allow to influence your mind. Jump as high as you can, and don't let nobody stop you from jumping as high as you can. Iceberg. When I was young, let me explain the stammering iceberg. An iceberg has a tip, and that's all you can see through the water. But underneath, it's huge. This is what everybody saw, so this is the tip. Nobody saw the pain, the embarrassment, the suicidal thoughts. The only way to melt your iceberg is to find somebody who you trust and to speak to that person. Even if you've only got one person, find someone who you trust and speak to that person about your feelings. Don't carry it alone. I'm sure you've got fantastic teachers here and staff who want you to succeed and be the best version of you that you can be. So don't struggle alone. I'm now the head of a vocational centre for disengaged secondary school students. Okay? I lost a student. I spoke at his funeral. I know that you've just experienced a very sad happening also. If you see anybody struggling, if they're not in the it crowd, let's get rid of that it crowd, if we have got one at this school. Because do you know what? We all need each other. We all need each other. We need to help each other. When someone's down, we don't need to be getting them more down. We need to be offering a hand. Whether they're not in it group or what. We need to be like that. Come on, I'll help you. And if there's anyone there saying, then that's their problem and not yours. Stand up! Stand up! And do the right thing. And if you want to be brave, if you think you're brave, then do the right thing. Because it takes more courage to do the right thing than to stand here, watch it and laugh. That's the weak option, people. We need each other. D, defining moments. When I get up and speak, my time goes like that. I've got about another 8 minutes. 8 minutes. D, defining moments. I've told you some of my defining moments in life. The doctors. You've got something inside of you. If you use the voice of Victor, that can take you wherever you want to go. From being a young boy, I had 3 dream big goals. 1, write a book. I've wrote 2. Stuff all levels that I couldn't do it. I did it anyway, and I wrote 2. I always wanted to work with young people because I struggled. I hid away in a factory, like I've said, for 25 years of my working life. because I thought I wanted nothing. I thought I wanted nobody. I was wrong. And if you think you were a nobody, you're wrong. You're wrong. But unfortunately, whether you think you are, or whether you think you're not, you're right. Because that is your reality. So think you are, and you will be. S. I need to land this plane now. Already. S. S in rapid stands for success. I will assume that you are all switched on. You will understand what I mean. When we start life, okay, with a microscopic little seed, and we leave one body, and we go into another body. Are you with me? Do you know where I'm talking from? Well, when you leave the first body, okay, you leave that first body with 250 million others. Guess what? Out of 250 million other things swimming, it was stutter boy that made it. And out of 250 million, were you? It was you. Shake off the limits in your mind. You're one out of 250 million. You know what? I say it all the time. This room, you wonderful, beautiful, fantastic people, it could be one of you or a couple of you who find that cure for cancer. Is that right or wrong? Is that possible? Is it possible? After 3, 1, 2, 3. Is it possible? 1, 2, 3. Yes. Of course it is. If you were one in 250 million, you could have the cure for HIV. We need to work together, not against each other. Oh, £5. Does anybody want £5? He had his hand up first, this lad again. Right. Do you want it? Now do you want it? Still? Now do you still want it? Now do you still want it?
It's an English one.
Oh, yes, it is. Now do you want it? Can I give it, miss?
Yeah.
I just want to show you something first. It's been stamped on. It's been abused. It's had bogies on it. It's been crumpled up until it can't be crumpled up anymore. Is that still worth the same as it was before it got stamped on, crumpled on, and everything? Well, when you get crumpled on, or you or stamped on, or told that you're nothing. Don't believe it, because you're worth the same. Your value will never ever change, and you know that you're fantastic. Says, thank you for inviting me to your school. I've got to sit down, I could keep talking. Once you get a person who stammers talking, you can't shut them up. It has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.